Replay, that's right. Today we're making YouTube great again by killing bugs. No, no, no. Thank you for joining me, for catching this on the replay, man. We think that together we can make YouTube great again. We can grow your channel, my channel, everybody's channel, and conquer the world. Man, we appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to our channel. Go and check out our videos. We got a lot of great videos. The really good thing that we do on this channel for all of you guys, I'll answer any question there is. I don't care what it is. I got advice like you can't believe. I am an expert advice giver. But we won't get too excited until we get some people strolling in here. So just kick back and wait a few minutes. You okay, Lily? Yeah? Oh, man. Today was a beautiful day. Not too hot in my part of the world, a little breezy, very nice. We had we had some good rains last night. A good evening. I'll sit outside for a while and see if I can enjoy it. Beautiful weather here. We appreciate everybody coming in. Let us know when you come in. Drop your name. Let us know. Just say hi. Don't be shy. We're doing great today. It's been a busy day, it seems. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm tired. I feel like I've been really busy all day, and I don't know why. Natasha, how are you? Good to see you. How are things in your world? Shadow, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way, and subscribing to the channel. Remember, if you have any questions, I have answers. If you need advice, I got advice. That's what we're here for, everybody. You guys all in the background checking this out real quick. Don't be afraid of me. Yeah, I know I'm scary, but don't be afraid. Come forward, say hi. Let us know if you have a YouTube channel. Let us know if you need information on any subject in the world. I am your host for that. I am David. You all know him. There you go. Find a stream in the desert north of the chat. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that. I try. I do my very, 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 very best to stay up with the chat and to read the chat. Sometimes I kind of gotta scroll back up and get caught up because there are so many. But I do my best. I try to shout out everybody who wants to be shouted out. Shadow, I just, what I do. So, but I know what you mean. I've been on a lot of channels where they don't acknowledge people when they come in, and I think that's just rude and tacky. I don't know. If I'm going to bother to say hello, why can't you be bothered to say hello back? I don't know. Sometimes I think some of the YouTubers think they're too special. That they're way up here because they're hosting the live stream. I think, I guess sometimes I think they get a big head. Or maybe they didn't have respect for people in the beginning. Don't worry, you get me. You got me. It helps. It's 1:40 a.m. Ooh, there's my hummingbirds are back. I gotta refill my hummingbird. Ooh, wow. It is 7:40 a.m. or p.m. here. So Shadow, what part of the world are you in? Net's in the house still. Are we going to talk about the Bible? Wasn't on the schedule, but here's what I do. Anybody is welcome to bring up any topic on my channel they want, except for bad things towards children and or calling people names or criticizing somebody's race or criticizing somebody's religion. We can debate religion and race and politics and everything else. So we can talk about anything. Everybody's welcome to have their own opinion on my channel. And if you don't like somebody's opinion, that's on you, but that's this forum. This forum recognizes everybody has a right to have an opinion. And I respect those. Nat, I hope that helps. Jesus part of the Bible, okay? Jesus and the snakes. You got to go to sleep now, Shadow. I don't blame you. At 1:40 a.m., I'd be in bed too. So my channel, I pride myself in not caring where you're from, so everybody's welcome. I don't care what religion you believe in. I don't care what religion you don't believe in or you don't believe at all. I don't care. I don't care what race you are or what part of the world you're from or anything like that. Everybody's welcome here. So I got a bunch of hummingbirds flying around tonight. I don't know if you guys know what hummingbirds are. Oh, is that a hummingbird? I don't know, that's a hummingbird. It's like a giant bug like this big. I gotta turn the camera. See that bug right there? That bug almost killed me. Sorry. I'm trying to show you this gigantic bug. Oh, maybe it's a katydid. So, but we've had a good day. A little tiring. I had to go to Walmart and do a little shopping. Kind of disappointed. I went to a different Walmart because I had to run some other errands. So I stopped in and I had to buy my doggy some more doggy food, but they didn't have the right doggy food or the best doggy food. They only had the second best doggy food. And so I got a little bit of the second best doggy food, which now means I got to go back later at a different one that I know has the number one doggy food and get my doggy some doggy food. So, because the goal in life is to keep my doggy happy. Got to keep the wife happy. Yeah, I know. But keeping the dog happy is what's really good. So, my diet's going well, as you can tell. Me and the dog's just kicking back. It's a beautiful sunset. The sun's already down, so we're not going to bake out here. So, you guys all in the background, feel forward to come forward. Feel free to come forward and say, well, hello. Hope you guys all saw those great videos that I put out the other day, the shorts on our channel. I had a lot of people ask me how to be a better person, so I made a short about it. Kind of gone viral, so I appreciate all of that. And of course, the little shorts that we do of our dogs are always cool. Always very, very cool. It is a beautiful night. I wish we lived on the water. My dream with YouTube is to make enough money I can buy my wife a house. But all I can do now is fulfill her dream of taking her shopping for a new dress this weekend. Isn't that right? My dog Lily's hunting for bugs, or frogs, or toads, whatever they may be, she's hunting for. I've been thinking about buying a boxing machine, but I don't know. My wife says that the Google goggle game thingy that we have that she bought me for Christmas, which I never used because it's kind of hard on my eyeballs, has a boxing game in it, but I've never played it. But I've been thinking about buying one of those boxing games that you mount to a wall that kind of like lights up when you beat on it. But they all seem to be really pretty small, so I'm studying that a little bit. And what I mean is, if the targets are just, if the whole device is only about yay big, and I'm kind of a big guy, I would have to actually work pretty hard to punch this phone versus something that's more wider to my chest area. So I'm working on that. I'm thinking about that. No hurry or anything. We got a bunch of stuff going on here soon. I guess my wife's going to a formal birthday party or something soon, so she needs another new dress. I got the birds fed yesterday. I fed the birds. I filled up their bird feeder yesterday, and I can tell it's 90% empty after 2 days. So that's just crazy how much these birds eat out here. Just crazy. These birds are greedy. Get it! I should have went for a bike ride tonight, but I'm still kind of recuperating from my hospital visit earlier in the week, over the weekend. So I didn't, want a chance, have something go wrong on a bike ride. So I'm going to just kind of hang out at the house today. Besides going to Walmart, already wore me out. So I saw, it's really interesting, is we're back in the area of the country where I taught college for 25 years. And there's a former student working at Walmart. I feel bad for him. He recognized me, and he always calls me, what does he call me? Sir Professor is what he calls me. And it's kind of weird. But he's a really nice guy. But I got held up talking to him for a while. But I'm sitting there thinking, man, after all these years, here you are working at Walmart making a minimum wage. So it's kind of a sad reflection of life, that's kind of how that works. So, but he seems to be a good guy, seems to be keeping his head up above water, working hard, just doing his thing. Yeah, I think that big ass bug is a katydid. I don't know any other name for a katydid. Sanders in the house. Hey, daddy-o to you, man. I had a Sanders, I had a katydid almost kill me a minute ago. It's sitting up there on the ceiling, spying on me like it's going to jump down and kill me at any time. I think they're called katydid. I think that's what it is. I'm a little too scared to get up and go look at it to verify, because I'm afraid it might kill me. Ooh, see there? Said that and almost attacked me. I thought it was one of my hummingbirds. We got a bunch of hummingbirds, which we like. But this thing came out of nowhere. Maybe I can get over there. Let's take a picture of that. Let's get over here and see. What in the world is that? You know what that is by any chance? I thought katydids were green. And I thought they only came out like once every 7 years. I think it's staring at me. Oh, there's the sunset. You guys see the sunset? Pretty cool, right? Peeking over the trees yet still. Yeah, I don't know what that bug is. Apache Eagle says hello. Good to have you, Apache. How are you, Apache? Don't eat the katydid. Do they not taste good? I thought katydids only came out every 7 years or something. So I don't know if that's a katydid or not. Ah, okay, Joseph. Good. Hey, Joseph H. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. It is a katydid. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Well, we got one. It flew in here and about hit me in the head, and then it wound up there. But don't tell me your address, but remind me what part of the country you're in. 'Cause I was thinking you were down in Texas, if I remember right. Yeah, well, that's the only one we have. Oh, Alabama. All right, we love Alabama. We're going to move there. So, but am I right? So is this the 7th year? Don't they do something every 7 years? Apache Eagles out in California. Nice. We can appreciate people from California just like everywhere else. We don't hold anything against you for being in California. We are in the great state of Arkansas, but we've been all over the country and really like a lot of places. We hope to move to southern Alabama, lower Alabama. Next year is the goal. Again, it was this year, but the goal got screwed up. So now the goal is next year to try to get to southern Alabama is what it is. Okay, so they do every 7 years, but they have different broods that come out every year. Oh, I got you. So, yeah, batches, broods, I got you. I know what you mean. So they're not every katydid in the world is in sync with each other. It's not like the Borg, right? So you might have a group that's hibernating for 4 more years and 2 years. Yeah, it's kind of like vampires do. I got you. Arkansas, that's right. Yeah, that's cool. I am a big science guy and I have a lot of knowledge, but I got to admit, insects are not one of them. Definitely not a bug guy, but I'm glad they're down where you're at currently instead of where I am currently. So you're off to the Philippines. Okay, great news. Great news. Tell me about it. Going on September. Oh, man, you're catching a plane in a couple of days. Let me ask you, since you're in Alabama, where are you flying out of? Since you're in Alabama, what do you know? It's like we here got to fly from XNA to Dallas, then Dallas to Los Angeles, and then to Cebu. So LAX is where we want, So I didn't know if you were off to Dallas or Atlanta or Chicago or where. I have been to the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon, I have been. My wife and I went, I can't remember how, my brain is kind of squishy from the coma. I don't remember what year it was. I got a couple videos on my YouTube channel about it. The Grand Canyon, I tell people this all the time. There's only a couple things that have really amazed me, blew my mind. That was the first time I flew to the Philippines, and I realized I was in an airplane for 14 freaking hours in the air. You know what I mean? How gigantic this planet really was. And the second time, or another time, was when we were in at the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is, if there's anything, I would like to know if there's anything else out there on the planet that could blow my mind like the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon blew my ever-loving mind to, you just can't imagine it. Today, I still think about the Grand Canyon. I would love to go back and to see if it's real again. I mean, it is such of a unique thing. It's just hard to believe that it's real. So, okay, so you're going to go to Birmingham, to Houston. I got you. I got you. So you're off to Birmingham, Houston. I don't hate all these stupid stopovers. Yeah, we've been through Houston one time. I don't remember what for. And then to LA, Cebu, and Davao. Okay, I got you, buddy. Yeah. Pyramids, the Aztec calendar. Well, I don't think that blew my mind, to be honest. You know, I remember when it was all, hey, you know, the Aztec calendar is ending. What's going to happen to the world? And I was still teaching college at the time, and I would tell my colleagues, look, here's what's going to happen. Nothing. The Aztec calendar, what do you do when the calendar expires at your house? You go to Walmart and you buy another calendar. You just start over. That's it. There was no kaboomy. You just start calendars over. Houston, yay! I know. We've spent quite a bit of time in here. Hey, are you going to, at least Joseph, crap. Are you going to, you won't get to go. The Grand Tetons is like another planet. Okay, I've never been in the Grand Tetons. I was going to say, hey, remember there's a Jollibee, but you're going to be eating Jollibee and Red Ribbon, not your nose when you're in the Philippines. So there's no reason to stop in Houston and do that. Schoolhouse Rock, the movie? We're going to try to go on a European where you go peeing a lot. I guess, I don't know why they pee so much in European. But no, we're going to try to go on a European cruise next year. We are. I got to work on it. My wife's going to be mad because I haven't even paid attention to what she told me to look at. But Paris, my wife would love to go to Paris. You know, here's my thing. I guess, you know, I don't really like people. And I get the vision of Paris as being a crowded, dirty city, kind of like New York, Chicago, Dallas, Houston. You know, it's just kind of like, ooh, yuck. Da Vinci would be cool. All right, yeah. Yeah, I like a lot of the fine art. The catacombs, yeah, there you go. Now the catacomb, oh, that's a big-ass bird. Jesus Christ. I think that bird was going to eat me. Catacombs would be cool to go see. Now, I agree with you there. I would be up for that. My wife would never be up for it. Now, I don't mind the thought of going to Paris to see the landmarks, but and Italy would be cool. I would like to see the Colosseum. I know it's probably disappointing, but I would like to do that. The Great Wall of China would be cool to see. I think that's something that would be impressive. Because they say you can see the Great Wall of China from space. Bermuda? I've been in Bermuda. I've been in the Triangle. The Badlands is pretty mind-blowing, seeing what the Great Flood did. Yeah, my wife would like to go to the Badlands too. She'd like to go see the Painted Forest, or what do we call that? The Arches National Park, if I remember right, something like that. And I would like to see Old Faithful and things like that. It'd be nice to see. The Phoenix Lights of 1997, the aliens, yeah, maybe. That would have been cool to see. I agree. That could have been mind-blowing too. So, Joseph, are you excited about the Philippines? How long are you going to stay in the Philippines this time? You going to do anything special or just hang out? What's your plans? You know, we're not going to go back to the Philippines until 27. Now, we almost had to go, my wife almost had to go back a few weeks ago because she had an emergency death in the family in the Philippines, but she made the decision not to go. Hollow, hollow, mix, mix. I like a good, now look, I'm going to tell you, I like hollow, hollow. I ate ever-loving, godly amounts of hollow, hollow in the Philippines because it's so damn hot. You know, so hot. I had a lot of hollow, hollow. I gotta admit, I like the one with cornflakes on top better. I did a video on my YouTube channel, on this channel, how I took hollow hollow and made it into an American cupcake. Our good friend Yusuf, how are you? Yusuf, how are you? Yusuf, good to see you. He's so nice. Thank you for coming in. Lechon, yeah, that's easy. How are you? Yusuf, how are you, buddy? Lechon, we eat lechon quite a bit. That's in the Philippines. We also do, I make lechon pork belly here quite a bit, and I'm really good at it. So we take a big pork belly, and I turn it into, you know, that roll that you see on the internet. Made a video about that too. And we have a lot of barbecues and cookouts. So I actually don't really like it because I'm not a fan of grease or oil. And you know, when you cook that, the skin is just so oily. I don't like that. I like after you get the skin off and you get into the meat away from the fat. I like the meat, but I don't like the skin and the fat. Pork grinds? Pork grinds or pork rinds? Like in a chicharron. I like chicharrones. You see good when you see me? So thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hey, there's my good friend Anyfin. Listening, driving, saying hi to everybody. We appreciate you, Anyfin. Anyfin's doing great. See, he has a YouTube channel. If you guys want to check him out, please do. Make sure you go and check him out. He has a great channel. It's growing like crazy. I remember when he was just an itty-bitty baby fish, and now he's about the size of a 30-pound salmon. So he's doing good. He's doing good out there, catching them fish. So I'm glad you're doing well, buddy. I am very happy for you. And just keep up the good work. What's my knowledge about space? Well, a little, to be honest. I hope somebody is smarter than, I'd like to learn more. But I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything. I am smart enough about space, because we were talking about this the other night. The smartest human on the planet Earth who's an expert in space knows nothing about what space really is. You know that I'm from Morocco. I do. I remember that. We've talked about me coming and staying at your house in Morocco many times, and that you're going to provide us with some great Moroccan food, which I actually wouldn't mind having some. You have to excuse me. Over the weekend, I was sick again, and I had some health issues and had to go in the hospital. So I'm still recovering from it. So if I kind of stutter or lose my train of thought, my brain's not cleared up yet. So, but you're living in Spain. That's even better, man. Isaac Newton, I think he knew nothing. I mean, we have no clue about what space really is. We just have assumptions. It's, just the way it is. We don't have a clue, guys. So how are you liking Spain? You said, and you guys all say hello to each other. You haven't done that yet. Be nice to each other. Say hello. If you have a YouTube channel and you're not blue, let me know. Remember, if you're blue, you're always welcome to drop your own link anytime you want without asking permission. On my channel, when you're blue, you can do it. All right? Shadow's back in the house. Good to have you back, Shadow. Thank you. Benjamin Franklin was a pervert and I think he was a pedophile. So, I'm not a big fan of Franklin. No, I gotta admit, I think history, the true history of Benjamin Franklin, we should not be, we shouldn't be supporting that fat guy. So, Patchy's saying, hello, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. So, Patchy, what have you been doing? What are you up to besides just, you know, my country is very, very nice country. It looks great on TV. I've never been there. I mean, if we had all the money in the world to travel, it would definitely be one of the places on the list. It'd be lower on the list because there's so many places above it. But Morocco would be one of them, definitely in the top 25. 13 colonies, very important, very important. School, you know, it depends on what type of school you mean. I think the American school system sucks, and I think we do it wrong. I'm working here in Spain. All right, all right. Congratulations on that. How's it going in Spain? I mean, are you kind of digging it? Are you liking it? Or is it just kind of like being an OFW, a overseas foreign worker, and you're just putting in your time? Are you getting any enjoyment out of it? Patchy asking about college. I think college is a waste of money. I taught college for 25 years. College is a waste of money. I mean, if you want to be like a doctor, okay, go to college. If you want to be a school teacher, okay, go to college. If you just want to make money, go to the military, go to a trade school, become a welder, a plumber, electrician. You don't got to go to college. College is a scam. You're just it's a scam. But Morocco, in my heart, of course it is. Of course it is. That's where your home is. So yeah, I have to visit. No, I would love to visit it. Welcome to my house. That's good. We're going to need a place to stay. Trade schools, top notch. Top notch. Now look, I'll tell you something else about trade schools. I invite you into my house, thank you, for free. Well, we would pay our own way while we're there. My wife and I, we have big policy in our life. We have a philosophy that we always pay our way in life. Meaning, we understand when people want to treat us, and we're fine with that. But we will make it up some way, somehow. Because we want people, if somebody does something nice for us, we want to make sure they know that we understand that. But if we're just doing general stuff, we always pay our own way. We never expect anybody to do anything for us. We go into things thinking, nope, if I agree to go to the moon, I'm going to pay my share to go to the moon. Patchy says, YouTube college. I'm just telling you, college is a big waste of money. Thank you for that. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go to college, it's fine. I don't know. If I had children, I would not send them to college. I mean, if one of them absolutely wanted to go to college, fine. But college is such of a money scheme, it's unbelievable. It's designed to get people into debt. And it's really not going to matter in the long run. Well, I taught college for 25 years and managed one of the science laboratories in the college. So I actually went to college. Been through the system of college. Never been to a trade school. But I will say this about trade schools. You got to do them right. You're going to see a big shift right now in the trucking industry. There's going to be they're already started. There's going to be a cleaning out of trucking schools that are fake trucking schools. Meaning, all of these fake trucking schools in Washington and California, they're going to get shut down. They're being investigated. All of these companies that are tied to trucking schools who do not do the trucking school the correct way, which they're not doing, and hiring illegal aliens here in America, That stuff is getting ready, that's stopping because of what happened in Florida. And it is changing fast. There's going to be a gigantic ripple in the trucking industry in America for the better. And if you're a good truck driver or you want to be a truck driver, now's a great time to become one because there's going to be a lot of jobs, a lot of money to be had. So it's a good thing. But I don't know. But I think everybody ought to do what they want to do. You know, I mean, if it truly made you happy to go to college, whatever. It's just a lot of pretense and a lot of BS. It's a lot of people with inflated egos going, look, since I was punished in college and I was made to write 22 research papers, then I'm going to make the next person write 23 research papers. That's what college is. Thank you, appreciate that. This is my $12.50 hat. I got it on sale for $12.50 at Dillard's. Dillard's had it originally for $56. I got it for $12. So, gotta look dapper. You know, you gotta look good. I try to tell people all the time, I look like a slob in my shirt, though. So there's nothing wrong with looking good, right? You know my old saying about how to dress. You dress for the job you want, not the job you have. You dress for how you want to feel and where you want to be, not where you are, not how you feel. I don't feel the greatest this week, but I'm trying to cheer myself up and will myself to feel better. So, you got to do that. I don't care what, you know, I've been around the block a lot. I know a lot of people from many walks of life. And the one thing I've always told everybody, I don't care if your job is cleaning toilets all day, which there's nothing wrong with that. It can be a good job. Your job doesn't define who you are, and it doesn't define how people see you. How you dress, how you behave, and how you interact with others is what defines you. So we have people making millions of dollars a year, right? They're buttheads. We have people picking up the garbage that are some of the best people in the world. So what you do does not define you. And don't let it define you. If you're a mechanic, it doesn't mean that you got to dress in overalls and be all greasy all the time. It doesn't mean that. If you lay concrete for a living, it doesn't mean you got to be covered in concrete all the time. So your job doesn't define you unless you let it. One of my biggest advice to young people. You know, just don't do it. Pat's in the house. Hey, Pat, everybody say hello to Pat. If you guys haven't subscribed to my good friend Pat, please do. He just started his channel. He's going to be making a lot of great videos over the next 2 years. So you guys do that. Good to see you, Pat. How's the weather where you're at? It's partly cloudy here, low 80s. Nice night. Nice night. We got a couple of katydids. Our friend earlier was talking about Alabama. He's got a bunch of katydids down in Alabama. Same, yeah, it's not too bad. The sun is gone now, and I had to go to Walmart and pick up some dog food for my dog. They had my number one choice they didn't have, so I had to get the number two choice. So now I got to go back this weekend and get the number one choice and go take Walmart, Lorelei anyway, Walmart shopping. But the good thing is, without my wife, I think my Walmart bill was cut in half. I've done these experiments. I take my wife to Walmart, and my bill's always double. I go by myself. I'm in and out in 30 minutes, and the bill's half. So, you know. I don't know. Does anybody else have that problem? I am feeling somewhat better, Pat, but I'm not quite at 100%, but I am starting to feel better. I've been eating a tiny bit more the last couple of days. I feel like, you know, I'm getting back to normal. A lot of medical tests scheduled over the next few weeks, so get those done. Dogs are barking in the neighborhood. Feel like I'm in the Philippines. Just like we're in the Philippines tonight. So, Pat, have you posted a video or anything on your channel? Well, that's what I tell people all the time. Look, life is up to you, man. Make it or break it. What do you want to be in life? What do you want to be? How do you want to be it? How are you going to get there? Do you have a plan? Why don't you have a plan? You know, making a plan is excellent. I'm trying to make some plans right now. Great. All right. Well, remember, Pat, you can simply pick up the phone and do a short. Guys, let me show you around. Let me show you this funny guy. It's like Lorelai. Lorelai makes little videos about Lily all the time. You could just videotape your dog a little and put your dog on there. You know, watch her doing something funny like chasing a bug or, you know, something like that. Yusuf says, God bless you, David. Thank you for that. See you tomorrow. I have to sleep now. I like what you do. Just keep going. I appreciate that. I do. I wish someday I could make enough money off of this to buy my wife a house, but we'll see how it goes. But you stay safe in Spain and just keep doing what you need to do. All right, my friend? I said, yes, sounds good. Yeah, just that's all you got to do. Because look, down the road in a year, if you just got a bunch of random videos up there, you finally go, oh man, I think my focus is this. You can take those random videos, put them in a playlist, move them out of the way, and then you can just start, like if you decided you're going to be an astronaut, but you got a lot of weird dog and cooking videos and fishing videos like my channel, scattered all over the world, I can literally just bunch them up, put them over here, and then work my channel back into being an astronaut, showing everybody what it's like to be an astronaut. If that's, you know what I mean. So just because you guys post a video on YouTube, just because you post a video, a type of video, it doesn't mean that you're stuck with that genre. You know what I mean? You know, if you start off doing cooking videos and it doesn't go anywhere, that's all right. You can change it to anything you want. I mean, and maybe that's the reason my channel is probably not very good, because we have videos about every damn thing. You know, we don't focus on one particular thing, we focus on a lot of things. But we try to tie them into the adventure of Lorelai and I. So they are related in that, but it's fishing, cooking, unboxing, Lorelai making things, going to the Philippines, immigration, travel, dogs, you know. But that's all you guys have to do when you're working on your channels. It's okay. I mean, I know a lot of channels that started off as one thing and wound up doing something totally different later. But you don't want to get rid of those videos if they've got views and watch hours, because they help you grow your channel. So if you do have a video or two on there, or 10,000 videos, it doesn't matter, and you start going, okay, I'm going to go a different direction now. Don't get rid of those. Don't delete them. You leave them there, because especially if you make them an evergreen video. An evergreen video, for an example, would be like, you don't want to, okay, the example of a non-evergreen video, maybe this would be easier, with covering the election of Donald Trump. So you do a video about the election. Well, the only election happens once every 4 years. Once he's won, nobody's going to care about your video. But if you do a video, let's say about, here's how you fish for perch. Well, that can be seen for years, because always new people are wanting to know, how do you fish for perch? But nobody's going to want to go back and see what you thought about the election of Donald Trump, because that was years ago. Nobody cares about that. So try to be focused on those things. Sometimes you just have to do videos like that. And I've done a bunch. And there's a trade-off. Sometimes I've done a video like on that Johnny Somalia guy. Got a lot of views, but After a week or so, boom, no views. I got other videos that just, they keep doing this, like this, and they've been doing it for years. So there's kind of a trade-off to it. Sometimes grabbing a headline and taking off with it is a good thing, because that can help you get some subscribers. If I see something like the truck driving thing, I wanted to talk about that. When I was talking about Otter Creek, because I got a friend that lives down there, that got me some subscribers and watch hours. But they're not going to stick around because they only cared about Otter Creek. And I don't do anything about Otter Creek anymore. I only did 2 or 3 videos on Otter Creek. So after that, they don't care, right? So my Otter Creek thing is not really an evergreen video. If you do a movie review, it's definitely not an evergreen. Evergreen is like a tree, keeps growing or stays green. Green as in generating money all year round. We did some, when we first started, Lorelai and I would do movie reviews. They were horrible. The reviews weren't horrible, the videos were horrible. But we did them on a movie that came out, 5 years ago. Nobody watches them. Nobody watches them. I think I've been dehydrated for a while, Pat. I don't think I'm drinking enough fluid. Might be part of my problem. So I'm trying to drink a little bit more fluid coming up. Oh, man. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the wedding anniversary. Don't have any answers for that yet. Got to go shopping this weekend. We're going to do some of that. I need to clean out my truck. Got to do that. I got a buddy who's brought over a chainsaw for me to sell on Facebook. I need to get it cleaned up, degreased, clean it up, polish it up, and then get it on the Facebook marketplace and sell it for them. So I do a lot of that. It's one of the things I do. I got friends that have stuff they want to get rid of, but they don't got time because they're busy. And one of them's in his late 80s, and he doesn't know how to use the internet. So he brings me stuff all the time that he bought at a garage sale or he doesn't want anymore. It's like, can you sell this for me on Facebook? Sure. So I put it on Facebook for him. And, I make a little money, he makes money, and we're all good. So that's a good side hustle to do, if you're into needing a little side hustle. And for instance, it's kind of like, since he's really old, he knows other really old people. And there's been one other time, and one time that's going to be coming up here soon, that he's asked if I would be interested in going to one of his people's house. The husband's dead, and the wife wants to get rid of all of the husband's stuff, but she called an auction house, and an auctioneer came out and said he didn't want to do it. It wasn't enough money there. So, Baldy suggested, my friend, suggested that I come over there and look at all the stuff and figure out if we can sell it on, or if I can sell it on Facebook Marketplace for this old lady. And then, she can give me a percentage for doing all that work. So here in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be working on that project and see how that goes. So maybe that's a good side hustle. Side hustles are great. Just remember that. Remember rule number 1. You never turn down a way to make money, legally. Don't turn down the legal ways to make money. That's not a good thing. You always want to say, yes, I would be happy to make that money if I can, if it's all possible. So, it's a beautiful night, guys. I didn't watch the news today at all. Didn't watch much TV at all today yet. I don't know what's going on in the world. I know the hurricane's coming up the East Coast, and they got flood warnings and tidal warnings and stuff for the East Coast. But other than that, I don't think there's a lot going. I know the state of Florida, there's a legislator in Florida who's going to write up a bill about getting rid of HOAs, making HOAs illegal, no longer banning them and getting rid of them in Florida. Dinner time. Hope you good. Keep getting better. Peace out. Appreciate you, Finn. Take care. Enjoy dinner time. So I know that's going on right now. I saw a thing about him where he explains there's been so much corruption involved in HOAs or POAs in Florida. This is in Florida. It's all over the nation, but he's in Florida. So he's going to be writing up and proposing a bill in Florida that abolishes. It probably won't get approved because there's too much money to be lost. But there's at least it's starting to talk about how bad HOAs are. Now, there's a difference, he was saying, between like a condominium association, different animal. But all these neighborhoods, and my neighborhood's one. My neighbor has an HOA. It sucks. But luckily, all it is a money-making scam. So we pay some HOA management company out of Denver or wherever the hell it is, are due every month or every year. So, and in return, they hire somebody to come mow one small grass area that's a common land that's owned. It's a detention pond, a watershed pond. So they come and mow that. That's what all of this money goes to. But that money goes to pay them, the property management company, to hire the company. So we're just sending our money to a middleman to hold and to collect and to make and to take, and then to pay whatever they got to pay the lawn mowing guy. Scam. I hate HOAs. I just hate them. And this guy was saying, which I thought was interesting, roughly 60% of all homes in Florida, now I don't know if that includes condos or not, are in an HOA of some kind, shape, or form. So, Pat said, hello, take care, Anyfin, good to see you though. Anyfin was driving home, he's got to now go eat him some chicken, not fish. But, so, I don't know. But we're kind of excited if we get to go to Alabama. I just got to figure out how to make it happen, how to live there next year. So, I don't know. We got a lot of hurdles to cross. So, Pat, how are you doing on your health these days? Do you feel like you've recovered from the stroke? Have you gained any weight? I've been thinking about buying a punching bag. You know, not a great big heavy bag, but something to get a little exercise with. You know, yeah, who are you? Are you feeling better these days, Pat? Have you recovered from the stroke, you think? The most you're going to recover? Have you put on any weight lately? Because I know you said you were trying to gain a little bit of weight. Feeling better? Good. Big man on the planet? Are you in my country still, Dennis? Everybody's hello to Dennis. Good to see you. No weight yet? Okay, well, keep trying. Keep working on it. How are you, Dennis? What's going on in your world, man? Give me something to bitch about and rant and rave about. You know, I don't have anything to complain about too much tonight, Dennis. So, yeah, you're 126 and you were 150 and you want to be about 140 or 145, right? 150, that's where you want to be, right? So you got to pick up some weight. So, you got to get more protein in there. All right, you can do it. Are you still thinking you're going to try to go to the Philippines next year, Pat? we're definitely going to go back in the year 27. So, and I think part of our trip, we're going to go to Singapore next year. All right. You're going to go with the brother, right? When your brother goes? I look like a slob. Dennis, I look like a slob. Saving up? Good. I look better now. I'm saving up too. I'm just saving not to have any bills, you know. Lost 113 pounds, divorced my wife. That's good. Man, 113-pound wife? Man, that's a little bitty girl. Holy crap. I am down officially 70 pounds, Dennis, everybody. I've lost, when I weighed 70, I'm down 70 pounds. 70 pounds, 71 or 2 pounds. So that's where I'm at now. That's why I look old. Look, I got wrinkles in my face now. See, look, when I talk. I noticed it the other day when I was making a short video that I got these freaking wrinkles. Hi, Pat, and all. So if you want to gain weight, Pat, what Dennis is saying, you need to just find a woman, right? So if you could find you a, 24-pound woman, you'd be in good shape. I got to wear my braces around my arms and wrists and fingers at night. Good. You're going to try to stretch that tendon out for your carpal tunnel. So I think that's Dennis's recommendation. You want to gain 26 pounds, you better go get you a 26-pounder. You know, I don't know where you can find those at, but might not be a bad plan. May not be a bad plan. Because I've been lucky enough not to have to lose that dramatic weight in a day. I know there's, on Criminal Minds, one of the criminalists shows up for work one day and somebody asked her how she's feeling. She's like, great, I just lost 186 pounds because she dumped her boyfriend, you know. But Dennis, how much do you want to gain back? I know you're looking. What's the ideal body weight for you? My wife this is why I was talking about the year 27. My wife told me today that she's got a bunch of these pictures of her two besties when they were young, but in their 20s, early, 21, 22, where they're all skinny, right? And they're in their bathing suits and things out by the water and stuff like that. And she's told me that they were talking about it the other day. They're going to try to repeat some of the pictures when we go back in 27. We're going to get them all together, and they're going to get together and try to do the same posing of these pictures. And I'm like, well, they're not going to look the same because all three of you girls have probably gained, 30 to 50 pounds each since then, So, like there's probably an extra 100 pounds between the three of you girls. So it's definitely not going to be the same pictures. But you girls you're going to want to adjust your mindset because you're not going to be looking the same, Oh my God. But I'm like, but you girls can try. I don't mind. You can do whatever you want. It's okay. I said, we can pay to have your friends come over where we're at in 27. Because that's usually what happens, is we cover the cost for everything in the Philippines when we go there. So the friends all want to come over and hang out, and we let them, and we pay for everything. Their transportation and all of that stuff to get them there. So, but I'm like, oh, that makes you happy. We can do it. You girls can take all the pictures you want, I look the same, to be honest, except for the gray hair. If you took a picture of me today and a picture of me way back, maybe my skin's a little rougher, but physical size, I'm actually smaller than I was when I graduated high school. I graduated high school weighing 290 pounds, bench pressing 350. My max was 450 one time a year after high school. So I was benching over 350 in high school, but I weighed 390. So I couldn't bench press my body weight, but I was damn close to it. Now I weigh like 375, 275, 275. So I've been dropping some weight lately. Get that down, but it's good for her to go there. When she goes there to hang out with the friends, you know. You got to let the women folk hang out with each other. As long as they leave me alone, I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Oh, man. Got bugs starting to come in and kill me. That big giant katydid is still over there. I think that's what attacked me a couple weeks ago. I was sitting under here and got attacked by something. I think it was one of those katydids. So, I just popped my ears. It's dark outside. I know you guys can't tell because I got a light on, but if you look out, well, here, see, it's dark, right? Dark. But for some reason, somebody's mowing the grass in the dark. They're mowing the grass in the dark. You watching my dog Lily. She's roaming the yard. She's thinking it's food time. She's wanting to do that E word, you know. She's like, and then she wants to go to bed. My dog wants to eat and then go to bed, is what she wants, about this time of night every night. And she'll drive you crazy until you do it, until you feed her, and then and get her ready for bed. But we still haven't found another dog. We still, you know, we're still in that place with the dog, the death of Daisy, that when the right puppy would come along, we would definitely be all over it. We just haven't ran into anybody that has a long hair female of any color at a reasonable price. So, but I think, you know, we're ready to take on another dog. I do think Lily is kind of sad, so I do think we're ready for it, but I'm still going to the concept that it is what it is and it will happen, you know. So it's been about 4 months since we lost Daisy. So Ram's back, 5280. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I lost my dog Daisy, very special to me. We still have a Lily, but we like wiener dogs, and I'd like to have another long hair female is what I'm interested in. Long hair females. I don't care if they're a dashel or black and tan or cream or what they are, but they're so expensive around here. You know, you're talking about $1,000 to $3,000, and that's just too much. So we were hoping somebody might have something that's non-registered one day and go, hey. So we're kind of just waiting for that. We're in no big hurry, but if one comes along, then I think we would definitely jump on the opportunity to bring another one to the house. So that's kind of where we're at with all that. It is a little bit easier with only one dog driving around, traveling and stuff. It's easier to find a babysitter for one dog, but our house isn't the same with only one dog, you know. Not that Lily is a bad dog or anything. She's not. She's a great dog. But I can still tell that, you know, Lily is sad, and, you know, we would definitely like to have another doggy. Doggy, doggy, doggy. How much is that doggy in the window? But let me see. So Ram, let me ask, how are you doing? What's been going on in your part of the world? What have you been up to? Anything good or anything bad? Anything exciting happening? My sister's looking, same dog you had, Brother David. There are free dogs like your winner. We can't find any free dogs, Pat. We can't find any we haven't found anything under 1,500 bucks, you know. But like I said, it doesn't have to, it needs to be, I do want it to be a real wiener dog. I don't want a Chiweenie. I want a real wiener dog like Daisy and Lily, but they don't got to be registered with the AKC. But we haven't had any luck. I mean, there's some places, but we've looked, but one place here wants $3,000, and we've seen some on the internet that are around 1,500 in different parts of the country. But then you got to spend the time and the gas and everything else to go get them. So what we're kind of hoping is one day, if there's somebody out there that has wiener dogs that are not registered and they have puppies, we might find out about it and be able to give them like 500 bucks, because that's reasonable, and get a puppy that way. Because we're never going to breed them or register them. They're just house pets. Ram says, I'm doing well. Good. Staying busy and enjoying life. Yeah, I told my friend today, I was talking to him, and he's like, he's younger, but he's got all these things. I mean, he works 2 jobs. He's got a wife. He's got a baby on the way. He's trying to fix his house. I told him, I said, now look, I know you're busy, so if there's anything we can do to help, let us know. But 2, remember, you got to take time out to enjoy life. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable, and you don't want to be miserable. Being in a state of misery is the worst thing you can be. It sucks. It's hard. It's hard to get out of. It's easy to get into, but it's hard to get out of. So I'm glad you're doing some things that you enjoy. It's been a little too hot here for me to do any fishing, but I was bicycling in the evening, but I had an episode with my chest, not being able to breathe and chest pains over the weekend. It was in the emergency room. They couldn't find anything wrong, but that's all right. I understand that concept. I know what's going on with me. But so this week I haven't bicycled, but I'd like to. But I'm just kind of cooling my jets for a week, and then I'm going to get back on my e-bike. Hopefully, maybe Sunday night or Monday, and try to take another e-bike ride. Ozzy, how are you, my good friend? Everybody say hello to Ozzy. Everybody say hello to Ram 5280. Ozzy, what's going on in your part of the world, buddy? Anything exciting? I had to go to Walmart today. That felt like punishment. It really does. It does feel like when you go to Walmart, it's punishment. Isn't that strange? We're not being punished. We got to go to Walmart, it's punishment. I need to clean out the interior of my truck. Oh, let me ask you guys this. Just got back from the grocery store yourself? Yeah. So Cracker Barrel. Everybody know the restaurant Cracker Barrel? I guess Cracker Barrel is all in the news now because they've remodeled some of their stores and they're changing their logo to be more modern. So apparently a lot of regular people don't like it. They don't. So has anybody seen the new Cracker Barrel stores? And do you like them or do you not like them? You remember Cracker Barrel? Well, they're changing their logo, gotten rid of the cracker and the barrel, and they've changed their stores. They've gotten rid of a lot of that stuff. It's basically more organized. It's brighter in there. It's still country looking, I think, but it's kind of like a modern country. I've lived in the inner city. I don't like that Walmart makes me be my, yeah, I know. You got to do your own, yeah. You work at Walmart. And then receipts, checks, I know. Bullshit, right? You do all the work, and then they say, we got to double check you because we think you're stealing. I know. Yeah, Cracker Barrel went woke. Um, I think they did all of this wrong. I don't think the new design is bad, to be honest. I think somehow they went about it wrong. I don't know, but they went woke is what they're catching crap for, and the stock is down. But I don't think it's a horrible design. I just think it's too radical a design from what they were from. They don't make egg omelets anymore. Well, I know their sausage gravy sucks. I had some 2 weeks ago. I went. A friend wanted us to go. We went, and I wasn't hungry, so I just had a biscuit and some sausage gravy, and it was just bad. I really like good sausage gravy. I like their meatloaf. It's the only thing I usually get is their meatloaf, and then I like their mashed potatoes. I used to like their green beans, but they changed their green beans, so I don't eat their stuff. We don't go there a lot. But the meatloaf is good. I mean, it holds up well. You can bring it home and make a sandwich out of it. But yeah, apparently Cracker Barrel went woke. They went a little bonkers. But I don't think it's a horrible thing. I think they should have left the outside sign the same, and then just kind of maybe decluttered them a little bit. And they should have painted a few walls accent. They could have done something a little bit more gentle. But I don't think the new design is horrible, to be honest. I don't think it was necessary at all. I broke one of those glass things. You know, remember how they had those stupid lamps on the tables years ago? You know what I mean? What were they? The candle thingies or whatever? I broke one of those one time because, you know, I talk with my hands, right? I'm one of these people. And sure enough, the damn thing went flying. So I miss Boston Market. We have a Boston Market here. Boston Market's pretty good. We also have a new deli here called the New York Deli. I haven't been to it yet. They claim themselves to be an authentic New York deli. I don't know about that. But I am a huge deli fan, or, you know, stuff like that. I like that. You know, a damn good potato salad and pastrami and rice sandwich, you know, woohoo. Ozzy agrees with you, Ram. Says, you are right. But we still have one here in our region. And I think don't they sell a line of goods at Walmart now? Or Sam's Club or Costco? Somewhere they got a line of goods for sale. Because I've seen it. I think it's at Walmart. My brother Mark said the Kenny Rogers restaurants were good in the Philippines. Okay. I never went to that one in the Philippines. We really didn't eat American in the Philippines. The first time I met Lorelai in the Philippines, we ate at a TFGI Fridays and KFC, some American places, but Katz Deli in New York. No, I haven't. But man, I like a good deli. As good barbecue at Kenny Rogers, nice. We've had a couple of good barbecue places in my region, but they've all gone away. So we're kind of low on barbecue places, but there is a new one in town where all the rich people live, and it's freaking good. I can't remember the name of it now, but holy shit, it's expensive, but it's literally where all the rich people live. I mean, it's by the $5 million houses. It's out by the Arkansas Music Amp, the giant theater, you know, where they do the fireworks. I mean, But damn, his barbecue is good. Holy crap. Wright's. Wright's Barbecue. Wright's Barbecue. I don't know if it's a chain or not, but Lorelai and I have been there once and we went, oh my God, this is good shit. In Denver, they're all gone? All right. I don't really, I can't think of too many restaurants that I kind of miss. Here's what I miss. I miss the day, back in the day, when you could go to Pizza Hut and you could go in and eat at a Pizza Hut and the pizza was good. Now the pizza sucks and you don't go in. The one, I guess what I do miss, have you ever heard of Godfather's Pizza? We had Godfather Pizza. There's one up in Eureka Springs, or Branson, Missouri has one. But we used to have Godfather's Pizza here. And as a kid, that was good. You know, going into a pizza joint and eating pizza in a pizza joint. Now you have it delivered or you buy it at Walmart and bring it home. All gone in December. You remember Pizza Hut? Yeah, we have Pizza Hut right down the road. But you don't go inside. Nobody goes inside and eat. You know, I miss those days even when I was in college, when I was a young man in my 20s, we would get a group of friends together. We'd go to Pizza Hut and drink beer and eat pizza, you know? Sit there and have $1 beers and eat pizza. That was good. Now you don't do that. I don't know if there's other places that young people do that, but I miss those days that you could go in and do that. I always enjoyed that. It was just nice, you know? Yeah, pizza and diners were kind of just cool, right? I miss going. We have all the chain diners. We do have one mom and pop diner that has really good food, but he's pretty far away from me. We do have one mom and pop that he serves breakfast only. Really good food, but he's quite a ways from me. But all we have is like Waffle Hut here. They're in the north Indiana, not far from Columbus, Indiana. Pizza has buffet. They serve best pizza wow. Yeah, around here the Pizza Huts don't do buffets anymore. Now there's Mazio. We have a Mazio Pizza. I know you guys remember them in Bentonville, Arkansas. That's old as the hills, and they do a buffet. But we've been in there a couple of years ago, and it was disgusting. The food is disgusting. The place is disgusting. You know, so, but they had the salad bar with the buffet, you know, where you get the potato salad and the olives and the lettuce, and you still have a Pizza Hut there. Well, we have a Pizza Hut here. This is the weird thing. We have what we have here. We have Pizza Hut delivery stores. So it's like there's one, 2 miles from my house. But we don't order Pizza Hut pizza because we don't like it anymore. So we have a lot of those built in the strip malls. They're real small. They do have a dining room. But we only have one Pizza Hut restaurant that you could probably fit 40 people in. These you could put 6 people in if you had to. But people don't go to it. People don't go and eat and hang out at that Pizza Hut. Every time you go by, there's no cars there. What's the best topic or topping? Boy, that's a tough for me. Okay, if you're asking, my favorite pizza has become thin crust with a hearty red sauce with spinach and Alfredo cheese. That's my favorite pizza right now. Simple ingredients, feta and spinach. But if you're talking about a normal pizza, I'm a big fan of black olives. I like black olives. I don't really like green olives, but I like black olives. So I'm not a huge pepperoni fan. I do like this Italian sausage, as long as it's not has too much fennel. But I do like that. But you know, I do like Greek food very much. I like all the vegetables you get with Greek food. I do like Greek food very much. Yeah, I like Mediterranean and Greek food. I really do. I don't know why, but I like how fresh it is, the color of it. I like the taste of it. Yeah, I like Greek food. I just Googled it. Ozzy says there's a Boston market in Worcester, Mass. Nice. 90 miles from me. Ah, road trip. Pack the wife, the kids, load the car with the dog. We're going on a road trip Saturday. Yeah, we have one over by the rich people. We have one right over here by the rich people. All of the restaurants have packed up or moved or started a new location over by where our rich people live. Because that's where the money is. See, we've never been, White Castle, I've had White Castle, but not here. We've never had White Castle anywhere around us. So we didn't grow up around White Castle or anything like that. We've never had it around. Yeah, yeah. When you lived in the Bronx, they had 24-hour walk-up window. That's cool. Aussie Lines. I was in Worcester this past weekend. I worked for the railroad there for 20 years. Ah, see, you're a hard-working railroad man. So there you go. Do you get free train rides through as part of your retirement? Somebody told me they were an airline stewardess for 30 years, and she said that she got, as part of her retirement perk, the ability to fly free or extremely cheap as many times as she wanted a year. But yeah, but we have a Boston market. Their stuff is good. There is. And yeah, and I think even Harps sell. I think yeah, their stuff is sold inside. But I don't know, man. When I was growing up as a kid in high school, right? This is what was really cool. We had a place called Mr. Quick. I don't know if you guys ever had that. I don't know, maybe it was a one-off, but it was a little hamburger joint. And for 20 cents, I think no, it was a quarter. Each hamburger was 25 cents. So after football practice, we'd all, not all of us, but 10, 12 of us would wander over to Mr. Quick and get $5, $10 worth of hamburgers and just eat the living shit out of hamburgers. And I think a cheeseburger was like 30 cents. Crane operating doing intermodal, loading and unloading. That's cool. That's a hard job, actually. The shipping, yeah, that's a year crane. Look, I almost became an expert in crane safety. It was one of the things that I had a lot of requests for, and I had a lot. Towards the end of my career, I had to end my career unintentionally because of my health, right? But I was moving into becoming an expert in crane safety. And as I started that process, I realized, holy shit, this is difficult. This is not an easy subject matter. Getting into crane operations, the weight, the transfer weight, the gantry cranes, the different types of cranes, the cables, the cable thicknesses, the fasteners. I was sitting there thinking, this is not going to be easy, and it's going to take some good time for me to become a qualified expert in crane safety. It's going to take me a few years, but I had to retire to my heart. That is pretty dope, man. Because, I mean, that's a badass job, I'm telling you. Crane operators are way I don't want to say underrated, but undervalued in the world. It's one of the more complicated, risky, dangerous jobs there are. And if you can do it well, even to the modern cranes that do all the math for you and the figuring and all this other bullshit, it's still not an easy gig. But could you imagine those guys who was working on cranes 50 years ago with very little technology in the cranes? You know, who literally had to think about the load, the weight transfer, all of this crap they had to come up with. Man, that was some smart shit. I'm just telling you, I really did. I started to wonder. When I got into it, I just beginning. I'm sitting there going, oh Jesus Christ, this is going to be hard to add to my wheelhouse. I'm going to have to go spend a lot of time watching cranes and working around cranes, but just the book work, it just blew my mind because they wanted me to get involved in maritime also, and the maritime was as part of that, but it was a little easier. So hats off to you. I'm telling you, hats off to you. Because and to be honest, I truly thought I don't know if I could do this. You know, it's gonna be hard on my brain to teach people or how to, how a crane operates properly and the load and all of that. I mean, it's just not going to be easy. But I had a lot of companies wanting me to go that way. My college wanted me to start teaching some of it. OSHA here wanted me to start teaching. They wanted a teacher up in my part of the world. And so I agreed, but, you know, I guess I'm glad I retired. Now, I was more interested in becoming involved in maritime. I always wanted to be a ship captain. If I could have had my dream job, I would have been like a cruise ship captain. A Carnival cruise ship or Princess or somebody. I always thought being a captain of a cruise ship would be badass. You know, really, that would have been badass. I would have loved to have been a captain. And, I guess I would have done cargo ships, but I would have preferred, one, because there's a lot of pretty girls, to be the captain of a cruise ship. You know what I mean? I think that would be badass. But then I did study that, early in my career, and I realized that most captains came from Italy, believe it or not, and a few other countries, but not America. There wasn't a lot of American captains for cruise ships. So I thought that was interesting. That to go to captain school was I needed to go overseas and study like in Italy or somewhere and all that. And I'm just like, I don't know about that, but I found that to be extremely interesting. So, well, all right, my friends, it's a few minutes after 9. I just wanted to come on for a little bit. I think I'm going to wind this down, jump off of here. The bugs are starting to come. And get some rest, give Lily another feeding, because she's staring at me like with her eyeballs going. But thank you all for joining me tonight. Appreciate you. And Pat, Ozzy, Ram, Dennis, all the other wonderful people in and out today, we appreciate you. You guys all take care. And remember, like, subscribe, and share it to myself and each other. And if you guys need anything from us, just let us know. And remember, if you win the lottery and you need to share $5 million, I'm your man. Got it? All right, guys, take care.